this is John Piper with the Thursday video, and it's Thursday the 9th of March. Starting with Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is now heading into our target area, pretty much there in fact. As far as time is, as far as price is concerned, I haven't actually put the thing where I thought time would be, but obviously we've got to see the wave continue. Let's go down to a shorter term chart to see what, this is a 5-day chart, it's quite the right size. Okay, so we've got the start from here, so 1, 2 to here, quite longish, 2, 1, 2, 3, that's quite a rapid bounce back, isn't it? Have a look again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, so this could be a 4 I suppose, down, maybe the 4 went down here perhaps, I mean just a sideways drift to there, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Seems to be quite a lot of 4s and 5s here, so it could be continuing a little bit more. Let me put that count on the chart. We need to update this really. Okay, so call that a 1. I mean, it's a fairly messy count. It's not like an ABC, but 1, 2, and quite a clear 3, quite a clear and rather long 4, and a rather messy 5, which may not be over yet. I mean, it's. I mean, it could be the 4 ends here, I suppose. It could be a sort of rather irregular A. A, B, C, somehow, so maybe that's the end there. I mean, that would be very messy, but it would mean the thing is actually virtually complete, which is what I'd expect to an extent. Let's get back to the slightly longer term chart. Anyway, I think we're pretty close to low. I mean, the C equals A was 21,292, that's a little bit further away, so I think I'll wait till it gets there before becoming too definitive about the whole thing. Move that slightly. But the C equals A level does seem to be a favourite right now, because it's also around the 38.2% level and the wave 4 here. But however, the point still goes that I made last time. This could just be an A with a B and a C to come. So the rally we're seeing here may not be that dramatic. And that will give us a clue that we've got a further leg to come down. Right, let's go on to Ethereum. Well, Ethereum is similar. We've got the A, that's pretty clear, down to there. A, B, C, B, that's pretty clear. 1, 2, 3, protracted 4 again, and the 5th in progress, I would say. So again, I think that down here for the target is about right, really. But not quite there yet, so the same parameters apply, basically. Right, gold is seeing this rather impulsive decline here, which is raising a few question marks. I discussed that in the last report. So we just need to see this resolve itself at the moment. I don't want to go over the same parameters again. That's repetitive, but this looks like an ABC. This looks impulsive, so I think new lows are possible here, which does raise a question mark that maybe it's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down, which again raises more question marks. But so let me go on to silver. In fact, silver's already made a new low, so this 5 here is now totally negated. This needs to be incorporated into the count. But it does look more like a 5 now. So we've got very impulsive 1 here, 2. It's a bit messy there, but I guess 1, 2, then a third of a third back, 1 of 3 of 3, 2 of 3 of 3, and 3 of 3, 3 starting. That's a very negative count. Let me just examine this a bit more carefully. Okay, well, it could be a sharp ABC. I mean, this would be the A, which has 5 waves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, it could also be a 1. Then we've got a fairly obvious corrective B. Then there's C wave. Now, the C wave, again, this could be impulsive. It's a bit messy, but it could be impulsive. There could be a 1 and a 2. This looks pretty impulsive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a 1. ABC 2, 1, 2, 3, ABC in development, and possibly a 5 down to there. That would give us 5 waves down as a possible C wave. Now, if at that point we saw impulsive action, the A would be cleared, and we'd then be looking for, we'd be seeing an impulsive rally, and that would then be a confirmed low, and we'd expect the market to carry on up. But if we see a corrective move here, and see another leg down, that would be a 5th wave down, and that would be that would be very negative for silver. I'd be very surprised to see that, but the markets will do what they want to do, and I'd rather look at the chart and see what the market's telling me rather than try to pretend it's not not telling me something I don't want to see particularly. Anyway, I would be surprised to see that, but I do expect this another low here, and hopefully then this impulsive value I'm talking about. Let's go on to FTSE. Alright, FTSE saw an all-time peak here, followed by an irregular peak here, which counts as a 5. We then have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that was a signal that we're going down, followed by an ABC, that confirmed the signal. But now we've got this rather messy action here with an ABC, ABC, ABC. What I would expect to see was a 5 waves down, and then an ABC, and then a continued downside. But we're not seeing that, and we've got this bounce here coming in. I mean, this is a fairly compelling picture that we're going down, but this is just a mess at the moment. It's hard to draw any firm conclusions. We need to see some kind of really decline to confirm that we are actually continuing to go down, and perhaps the C wave actually went to here. I mean, that makes some sense of it, I guess. Rather a messy C wave. A, B, C, then a 1, 2, and perhaps a 1 again as a climb B. I'm going to just have a look at that in a bit more detail. Right, so we end up with the 5 waves down here, that's clear, followed by an ABCA, ABCB, and ABCC to there. That, I mean, it's very messy, it's not a very neat count at all. But we do have a fairly clear 5 down here, so I'll look at that in a bit more detail. Right, it's a very clear 5 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, clearly impulsive. The only problem is that the 5 in this position, after all this toing and froing, let's expand that again, sorry. Could be this could be an A, this could all be a B, this could be a final C wave decline. So it could just be part of a big correction, or it could be this could be the 1, this could all be the 2, and this could be 1 of 3. So it all depends on this rally at the moment. I mean, having seen the peak, I would give the count this actually is the next leg of the decline beginning a higher rating than I would the idea this is the end of a correction, but it's given the wave pattern, it's not very clear, so it hasn't got a huge advantage. So it all depends what we see here. If we see an ABC here, up here somewhere, maybe that would be a sign that we may be about to fall back sharply. It certainly confuse the picture, all this, which is what markets have to do to continue on their way, as it were. So I'm going to put the fibs in place actually tomorrow just to see how that looks. Okay, so the fourth wave is around 38.2, around 7,894, 7,900 to round it up a little. So that's one target, and 50% is around 7,900. So, well, it's quite a small decline in fact. So, 7,900 is certainly a key area to watch for, as it's both the 50% and the 38.2%. Rather open right now on FTSE, but at least we have a possibility here, as it were, of a trade to watch out for if this remains a corrective move. On the DAX, we now have a new peak above the irregular peak here, and that's got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's fairly totally unambiguous, new highs, 5-wave pattern, obviously impulsive. So what's happening here is the next question. Let's go on to a slightly shorter term chart, and again we have a possible 5, I guess, 1, 2, very small as it were, 3, 4, possible 5, rather messy. Let me put the wave count on the chart. DAX also has made a new all-time high. That's not an all-time, it's certainly a new high. Let's expand this back to that point. 5-day chart. Okay, so from there we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This, of course, looks pretty impulsive, just to clear that pitch. Yes, it's all a bit messy. There's no real. It's a bit of a hard struggle to see a clear bear case here at the moment. Having made new highs, although we've got a 5-way down, obviously, but this is not a very corrective rally. It looks more impulsive, in fact, although I can't count 5 there. Yeah, I think I'll leave this one for the time being. It's just a very messy sort of, got spike there. ABC suggesting we're going to go up perhaps, so I'd rather see more action before we discuss it too fully, but there is a 5 here, so it's not a very good 5 with the, the pattern here is not really that clear. This is pretty impulsive. This is not that clear either. It seems to be more like an ABC in fact, that final rally. Yeah, we'll go on to the Dow. Well, the Dow saw this 5 ways down, that was pretty clear. Rather lengthy ABC compared to the decline, probably about 7 times as long and tight in time, I would say. Then we got 5 waves down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Should be just slip somewhat. We then got a pretty sharp pullback, but I guess it would ABC, A wave, B, so it does actually fit the parameters of a corrective move. And also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me just put it on the chart. So it's looking pretty negative on the Dow at the moment. Okay, so we've got a 1 wave down perhaps, an ABC, which is just taken out the 50% level, and then fall back on a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're not looking at ABC, and then that would be a point to go short. We'll put the fibs on again. Okay, so we want to see an ABC here. We've got the 38.2% level around 32,930, and that would be a 3rd wave. So that might be a pretty good target, in fact, because in a 3rd wave you can get quite aggressive action to the downside. So rallies will be truncated, but the 50% is 33,057 thereabouts. And so I would make a note of those two as a possibility, and track the fibs yourself. As best you can, depending on what charter package you might use. But this looks like a pretty good setup for a continued decline, with a third of a third just around the corner. So I think that's fairly important. Right, when I look at third of thirds, I start to consider the options expiry date. It's Thursday the 9th today, so it'll be the 10th tomorrow, and expiry will be on the 17th. So we have a whole week to complete this ABC, which may not take very long. Start the next leg down, see another correction perhaps, and then we're going to the third of a third of a third. So that could suggest we might be seeing some very sharp action in the US markets after expiry. It may not happen that way, but it's something to bear in mind. It is when things can get a bit carried away with itself, as it were. At that time, and it does to be setting itself up for that being a relevant time for this move. NASDAQ, we had the peak here with 5 waves down. We discussed that before. Then had a 5 wave advance. Sorry, I just confused the issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But it's failed at the 61.8% level. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 off there, I would say. So again, we've got a sell signal building here. I mean, obviously the 5 here is not ideal. So you count this one here, it could be an ABC. It looks pretty impulsive. It's hard to count as a correction, but I guess you could probably do it. But whether it's worth going through the mental gymnastics is really questionable, I think. But there is 5 here, which does rather negate that 2 wave as an impulsive move. So I'll put that 5 on just to dot the I's, as it were. So the one is here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I mean, on this basis, I mean, this could be over in a day actually. So I mean, I'd pay attention to what's going on the NASDAQ, because the decline could come in anytime soon, really. Right, that's all for today. If you found that interesting, useful, back to report on Saturday. Have a great day. Thanks for listening, and bye for now.